On today's episode,
Was good enough to open up your legs to, that's your husband.
What about if he
That
leaves?
thing was thumping. It wasn't
about
that he
if he
was
leaves,
good
bro?
enough. It was just
What if
I
she
was
say? What if she
ovulating,
say,
Dad.
Daddy, when I first met him, he was everything that he was supposed to be, but after I had this kid down the line, now all of a sudden he putting his hands on me. You gonna tell her to stay through that?
Well, first of all, I don't believe her because she went against what I taught her in the first place.
You don't believe her?
And that she should have got married before she carried. And if she got married before she carried, that mean I would have been able to vet that man out too. Okay. So
Meanwhile, this nigga.
So what if she married him?
It's too many layers. And this is the reason why you need a community. A community is not there to raise your child. A community was there to help you vet through the bad decisions that you was going to make before you had a child. So I don't believe in excuses. I believe in ownership and accountability. I don't believe in that shit.
But as a man,
So to answer your question, no. I don't think you deserve any better.
as a man,
Shit.
as a man, I can say
And I love you.
As a man, I can say I made
I
mistakes.
rock with you.
not gonna lie, this is the very thing sometimes that makes me be a little embarrassed to be a part of this community. It does. I'm proud to be a part of this community because everything that the people before me have done, we have so much culture in so many different ways that I'm just so proud of. But when it comes to black women, as far as single mothers and how they choose the worst of the worst men, and then they think those men are the representatives of most men, and how sometimes they choose great men and they leave those men because they think something is better out there and they only have excuses. It's embarrassing to be a part of this community. You know what? It's not embarrassing to be a part of this community. It's not. It's embarrassing that our women are representing us like that at a major level. When you look at the numbers of single women, so I am proud of being part of this community, but when you look at the number of single women, single mothers, I think the numbers is like 70% or a little bit higher. That means there are more single mothers, obviously, through the math, than there are married black women. And then when you hear the women talk about the reason why they are single mothers, it's nothing but pointing the finger everywhere else but themselves. No accountability. And it's just annoying. And as a black man who's the most attracted to black women, and as a black man who has all my family, all the women in my family are black women, it's not that easy to just ignore and walk away from. Everywhere I turn, my family here, everybody's black. All the women are black, and they act like, most of them act like that, and it's annoying, bro. It's annoying.
Oh, what you saying?
As a man, I can say I made mistakes in my discernment, right? I wasn't always perfect in my discernment, nor do I expect anybody to be perfect in the discernment. And in fact, at pivotal times, you can actually be imperfect when you need it to be perfect the most. So when it comes to a man vetting, and I have a daughter myself, so when it comes to a man vetting the daughter's boyfriend or husband, whatever it may be, you don't know who that person will turn out to be 10 years down the line. There's a lot of people, first of all, a lot of these marriages don't fail until after a 7-year mark, right? So when they fail after the 7-year mark, they usually been together for some time before that. So if I just hypothetically say they had a decade in, the same person I am at 25 is not the same person I am at 35, right? And unfortunately, some men and women can go backwards.
That's a fact.
So with that being said, does she deserve love? In my opinion, is yes, she always deserves love.
Of course.
But at the same time, she needs to understand what she missed out, which allowed her to rob herself of having real love in a real relationship.
You know, I really hate the fact that they're using that word deserve, because the word deserve is merit-based. Don't nobody deserve a championship in sports and basketball simply because they play the sport of basketball. You only deserve it if you actually are good enough to win the championship. You only deserve to stay in the NBA after being signed for 2 years if you put up the numbers you're supposed to put up. You know, women don't play sports like that, so they don't really understand the analogies. But most men either play sports or watch sports. We like sports, and we understand. Don't nobody care about how you feel. They're not going to say, yeah, the quarterback for the Colts deserves to be in the Super Bowl right now. No one's going to say that. No, not one person is going to say that. Because if they deserve to be there, they will be there, because everything is based on merit. And when it comes to sports, it's based on, did you throw enough touchdowns, the quarterback? Did you make the right plays? Did you have the right team around you? You deserve to be there. The Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles deserve to be in the Super Bowl. Why? Because they are good enough, period. And if you messed up things in your, when you were a younger woman and stuff like that, you don't deserve a better man or whatever. Deserve? We're talking about the word deserve here, bro. What's going on? What kind of logic y'all be having, bro?
Love from that dude who she married. That's where it stop at.
But what if he don't give it?
Why y'all don't believe in breaking up?
No.
Why y'all don't believe in leaving bad situations?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because when that's an option, you will always go to it. I got married knowing that I'd never not get married, that I'd never get divorced. So guess what? It ain't no choice but to work it out and see through it.
So 2K.
But when you got them options on the table, you tend to utilize.
2K, in real life, I'm married too. Them options not on the table for me. But I'm telling you this, and it's the frivolous bullshit can't make me leave my husband. But I'm looking you in your face right now and tell you, if that man decided to start putting my head, knocking my head between the washer and the dryer, I might be the fuck out of there, bro.
And if you love me, you a duck.
If I love you, I what?
He's saying you a thug it out, sounding crazy as hell.
I thug it, hell no, bro.
Hey, you need to get that defense up.
Because
I don't.
8 times out of 10, it ain't the man that's going through the domestic violence. Like, I'm not going to say women don't put their hands on men, but these men, they change.
No, y'all using extreme situations.
Absolutely.
That's not.
You got to use
that happens so much more than what you think it do.
If he putting his hands on you, then it wasn't the first time before you had a kid with him.
Facts.
It is true.
Facts.
All right,
Listen.
that's
It's
fair.
funny how y'all women intuition only work when it's time to leave.
I told you my
It never
intuition never works. It's anxiety.
It never worked before you opened up your legs to him. So your intuition ain't work, and your vetting process ain't work, and none of that stuff worked until afterwards. Until you was ready.
To be fair, they do be ignoring red flags. I
You
give
know
that.
y'all ignore
I give
red
you that.
flags.
Okay, you won. What's your other question, Bookie?
All right. Is it necessary for dads to be physically?
A lot of times I think these conversations are completely pointless because it always ends up in arguments. It never ends up in two people really coming to a compromise or understanding. It's all ego and pride and trying to prove the other person wrong. So when I do say when I do see a situation where a woman says like, all right, you won, you got that. Nah, let's not just move on from there. You won, you got that. Okay, so now how are we going to apply this? We're not going to sit here and go back and forth and be and arguing this and that. And then when you have no argument left, then I do still applaud you for saying, okay, you're right. Hold on, I'm right. Now, how will we apply this as a community? No more excuses. I don't want to hear you say all those excuses. I don't want to hear you say none of those excuses anymore. How will you apply this? I won. Okay, cool. Now you can win too by implementing that same type of ideology and that same mindset. What does it look like the community working that out? And let's go from there. Let's not even talk about these other talking points anymore. We passed that. How do we go from there? All right? That's what I want to know.
Some other way. So, can we keep the holiday spirit without everyone under the same roof?
Is it necessary for dads to help raise their children, or can you do it alone? Look at my lips. Fuck no, you can't do it alone. That's why this world's so fucked up right now. We got emotional, sensitive ass, over the top ass dudes, and we got women who don't know how to be submissive wives. That's why we're so fucked up now. No, we need dads and moms in the household.
Yeah.
Period.
I agree. You need the dad in there.
What?
Cap.
Who the fuck boos to saying you need to have two parents? What type of nigga is you? Oh, you come from a single.
Hey, oh, now.
Well, damn.
She said a weak one? Oh, shit. His girl up here with him. I hope you can fight. Lace him up. Okay, so what do y'all think about that? Do y'all think we need to have two-parent households, or can a woman figure it out on her own?
Nah, but listen.
She definitely needs help. Definitely.
Yeah, like the examples that's come day in, day in and day out just by watching is something in itself. So it's easy to say, hey, you treat a man like this, this, and this. But if you ain't got no examples of it, then you can't do so. You ain't never seen it. My daddy was an episode of the Cosby's, so I thought that's how I was supposed to live life for a long time. But when I got out here, I had to learn the hard way. So yeah, he need to be in the house.
What about you, Anton? Do you think that you can raise a child on your own without having your wife there?
Of course you could. Of course you could.
All right, well, now I got to tell you the truth, since you really want to get there. I think that's why the majority of these guys is gay.
Oop.
Honest to God.
Those views are 100% Anton Daniels, and none of us ran about it.
It's 100% me. I think that it's a lot of son husbands. Y'all selfish because now you're raising a son to be able to replace the man that you should have been with.
He not wrong about that.
So what happens is that man grows up, he'll never tell you, but he resent the fact that he has to replace the husband and be the man of the house early, which he never really understood what it took to be a man. So now he operates out of his emotions and his femininity, which then leads to homosexuality. The reality is that, no. We got more men now that make emotional decisions versus logic. Every day.
If that man turned gay, his
I
ass
see
been
a
gay.
lot of guys, it's a lot of guys out here that act like they mama. They don't act like they.
I like a lot of things that Anton Daniel says, but I don't think that that's what makes a guy gay. It can make him feminine, but I don't think that can make you be attracted to, this is my thought, I don't think that can make you be attracted to another guy. But that can make you a dude who is attracted to women, but women aren't really attracted to you because you're just as feminine as your mother. You're just as soft and weak as your mother. You can be sexually attracted to women still and still be a feminine dude. You see what I'm saying? I think the whole homosexual thing is a whole different thing. But there are a lot of feminine dudes out here. And it's easy to be a feminine guy because your mother is going to be soft on you. Your mother's going to coddle you in a way that a dad just won't do. You know what I'm saying? Your mom will say you can stay at the house a little longer. Your dad's going to say get out and make something of yourself. I don't care the excuse. You know, I'll give you 1 month to stay in the house. After that, you got to figure it out on your own. Like a dad will do that. And it seems kind of harsh. It seems like that's tough. You would treat your son like that? But yeah, because this world, like, that ain't nearly as tough as the world's going to be towards that guy. So, you know, the dad will just prepare the young man all throughout his life on how to be a tough, strong guy that a woman will be attracted to and find security in this natural world. I think the ultimate security should be, you know, your relationship with God and your trust in God, your trust in Jesus. On an earthly level, a man is that protection. But on an earthly level, that man is that protection and security. And if you got a feminine behind dude, how's she gonna find a level of security in that guy? You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Don't act like they father.
I don't think it turns them to homosexuality, but I do think that it makes them very emotional.
Very
I know a lot of
emotional.
dudes out
Very
here that
emotional.
crash out and don't know how to lead, but be upset as fuck that a woman won't submit to them.
You
How can I
cannot
submit
teach-
to you when you've never seen true leadership to know actually
Right,
how to
you ain't-
lead
you
a
ain't
woman?
taking
Y'all keep.
How can I submit to you when whenever something goes wrong with me and I try to express myself to you, you want to match energy and give me bitchness back? How can I submit to you when every time I try to talk to you about something new, it's you trying to just throw off, oh, well, you made me mad when you did this. Nigga, we can't grow and be together in that way. It's impossible. It's two feminine energies. And a lot of the times what's going on with a lot of women, what we don't want to talk about, a lot of women energy going masculine because it's so much bitch assness out here that we have to be masculine in situations.
And that
You
time,
can't
you
say
already
y'all,
know.
baby, because I'm not a single parent raising no boys, baby. It's a woman and a man in my household with good ass energy raising on my boys, Bookie.
Come on.
Y'all
Yeah,
gonna listen to
Bookie.
Randy, and y'all gonna crash out. The fact of the matter is,
Y'all listen to Anton
it's
and
a
y'all
lot-
ain't gonna never get no
it's a-
pussy.
That's cool. We got Tesla robots coming. The fact of the
I
matter
heard
is,
it ain't got a coochie yet.
the fact of the matter is, no woman can truly teach a man how to be a man. No matter what
Absolute
you
fact.
say,
I agree.
no matter how you
I
frame
agree.
it,
I have my son 15, and
you cannot teach him how to be a man. You don't even know what it, because see, men have to suffer. They have to learn how to fail in controlled environments. You can't raise your daughters with the same mindset that you're raising your sons with. And a lot of times they're raising them to be equal. They're not raising them to be men.
And with all due respect to Crystal, you raised your son to be the perfect man for you.
no, I didn't. That part you're wrong.
I don't really agree with the idea that a woman can really be that masculine. To me, it's like impossible. And maybe because I've been around real masculine men, that it's like when a woman tries to act masculine, it's like somebody putting on a costume and then you know that this fake. Like it's like you're not really masculine, because like real true masculine energy backs up masculine energy with power, right? A lot of times with real masculine situations, the reason why masculinity is as powerful as it is because the consequence of not respecting masculinity a lot of times is violence. A woman is not, she don't have that. She can come with all the energy, all she wants. It's like, what you gonna do? You can't whoop me. Now a dude that's 6'4", 250 pounds, and benches like 300, and he's walking in with that masculine energy, and you don't respect his masculinity, he might just throw you across the room if you disrespect him a certain way. It's a possibility. That masculinity is backed up with the possibility of violence if you don't respect him. Women don't have that ability like that. I'm not saying they have ways that they can try to achieve that, but physically, women are just not that strong. Come on now. So when a woman talk about she got to be masculine and things like that, y'all have nothing to back that up with. Y'all don't. I really get annoyed when women say they have to be masculine because their man is feminine. And a lot of times you equate a man being feminine to the fact that he's sharing his emotions or he feels a certain way. Men have feelings. Having feelings is human. Having emotions is human, not feminine. Females not the only ones that can have emotions. Men have emotions too. That's part of the human experience. The problem is a lot of women who think like that never grew up with a dad who showed passion and emotions. Yeah, he should show stoicism as well, but she never grew up with a dad who showed passion, emotions, and anger and frustration and love and happiness and true care, true love, true care for a person. They didn't grow up with that, so they think a man is just supposed to be like some made-up idea. Come on now. A lot of y'all women, bro, have an immature way of thinking about men, an unrealistic way of thinking about men, and a way that y'all think about men that's not conducive for a long-term relationship. Y'all need to restudy what femininity is and what masculinity is, you know?